Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Valliant, Oklahoma, where we got a little bit of baseball on deck here for you as your hometown Lindsay Leopards get set to go up against the Keene, Texas Chargers as they make the trip up from just south of Fort Worth, I do believe, is where Keene, Texas is located. So, looking forward to this one. Lindsay comes into this one having won the first game of the season just this past Saturday. In Oklahoma City, they believe it was a 9-0 victory there over. I want to say it was Christian Academy that they squared off against there Saturday. Able to get the job done and take care of business there. Looking forward to the season, honestly. I mean, this is going to be, this is a loaded baseball team that the Leopards have in this season. Going to be pretty junior, senior heavy. But then, go through your pitching staff. You're gonna have Tucker Morris out there. You're gonna have Caleb Mintz out there throwing a little bit, and along with some other ones as well. So, and of course the bats. The bats are always they seem to pop quite a bit last year. Right down to the very end. Towards the end of the season, their bats were still hot. And looking forward to a long and hopefully a very, very successful baseball season. As far as the Keene Chargers go, they're coming into this one. They've actually had 5 games. They started the season off 1-0. They're kind of limping into this tournament here. They've lost 4 consecutive as recently as just last, I believe. Let's see, this is Monday. I want to say they played Saturday as well. So Leopards come in with just the 1 game as their basketball season kind of went longer. Went a little bit longer than. Okay, yeah, you're good. I'm sorry about that. Had a coach up here, but so the Leopard basketball season kind of, as they made a run there in the state tournament and was playing basketball up until just this past Thursday. So again, first baseball game of the season was this past Saturday. Lindsay took care of business, did what they needed to do, got them a run rule, got in and out. Everybody stayed healthy, and looking forward to this 3-day stretch here. We will play today in Valliant against Keene. Then tomorrow we will move down the road to Idabel where we will face off against Eufaula. And then back Wednesday we will be up the highway in Antlers where the Leopards will take on Latta. So looking forward to these next couple of 3 days here. Should be a lot of fun. Weather down here is absolutely gorgeous right now. We're sitting at about 57, 58 degrees and plenty of sunshine to go around. So with all that being said, we will get ready here. They're still kind of working on the field, as you can tell, getting everything re-raked and kind of wetting everything back down. But looking forward to this call here. Jump back to last year real quick. The Leopards played Keene in the first game down here last season. Actually come away with a 17-0 run rule in that ball game. So this is a team that Lindsay's familiar with and had a lot of success against them last year. And hopefully that stays, that's the same moving forward in the rest of this one. Moving forward, hang on, don't. It's live. So we will take us a quick break. Go ahead and get us a quick drink of water as we're just a few minutes away from getting this thing started here. Try to get some of these mics turned down. They are a little bit hot, but we will get it turned down here shortly. And we'll be back. We'll be ready to go here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. You got Leopard Baseball coming up next live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Valliant, Oklahoma, where we are just a few minutes away from getting this Broken Bow tournament kicked off here for the Leopards as they are set to go up against the Keene Chargers. Coming out of Texas, real quick, we'll run through the starting lineup here for the Keene Chargers. To lead things off will be number 5, Hadley Stockton. 2-hole hitter, number 7, Rylan Crane. 3-hole hitter, number 13, Matt Havens. 4-hole hitter, number 21, Will Wood. Number 5-hole hitter is number 15, Christian Rodriguez. 6-hole hitter is number 30, that is Albert Catil. 7-hole hitter is number 8, Jorge Calderon. 8-hole hitter will be number 3, Saul Lopez. And your 9-hole hitter will be number 6, Tyler Brock. And again, quick shout out to everybody there in Keene that actually shared our post and shared it with some of their fans. So we greatly appreciate those guys. Shout out to them. And real quick, while we still got a little bit of time here before this national anthem, I will run through your hometown Lindsay Leopards. Let's see here. We got leading things off will be number 16. That'll be Bentley Kessler, followed by number 3, Ty Ferguson. Your 3-hole hitter will be number 11, Tucker Morris. Number 4-hole hitter will be Bo Blankenship. 5-hole hitter will be number 10, Brody Ramming. 6-hole hitter, number 9, Aiden Ramage, I apologize. 7-hole hitter is number 22, that's Clayton Sanders. He'll be DHing tonight. 8-hole hitter, number 4, Mitchell Henson. 9-hole hitter is number 20, that will be Brody Klein. So there you have it, your starting lineups here as Coach Edwards and the Keene head coach are out there as the umpires will discuss a few last directions with those guys. And again, just let's talk about last Saturday. You know, Leopards able to take care of business. Again, basketball season ran a little bit long as the boys advanced into the state tournament and were playing as late as last Thursday morning. Couldn't get the job done against the defending state champ Millwood Falcons. Shout out to Millwood, back-to-back state champs in Class 3A basketball. But basically, as soon as basketball wrapped up, boys jumped into baseball uniforms and was ready to go. They traveled to Oklahoma City, there to Dell City, and played a game there Saturday afternoon about 4 o'clock and able to take care of business there. I believe it was a 9-0 shutout run rule fashion, so that's a good start to the baseball season, no doubt about it. As far as Keene goes, they come into this one. They've played 5 games on the season, started off 1-0. They come into this one losers of 4 consecutive. And I was kind of going through stuff last night and looking. Now, it's not like they've been getting blown out or anything like that. They lost a couple of 1-run ball games during that stretch, and another one, I believe it was like a 4-run ball game. So just, probably some, minor, miscues here and there is what could have led to those defeats there for Keene. So this is something or a team that Lindsay doesn't need to take lightly. Although they did play this same Keene team last year in the first game of this Broken Bow tournament, and able to get the job done. I believe that was a 17-0 run rule last year over here. So, and again, tomorrow we will travel over to Idabel as Lindsay will play Eufaula there in Idabel. And then come Wednesday, that's going to be the early game. That'll be the 11 o'clock game. And that will be against Latta. So looking forward to it. We got a ton of baseball coming up here. We're going to have every pitch for you along the way. So glad everybody's tuned in out there. And happy spring break, everybody. I mean, it's Monday of spring break. It's nice weather. A little bit cool, but, hey, you got the sunshine. And across the way over there, we got us a softball tournament going on as well as this baseball tournament here. So spring is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great time of year, and looking forward to a busy time of year for us for sure, as we're going to jump in and we're going to cover as many games as we possibly can for this baseball team, and we're also going to do some slow pitch as well along the way. So as far as Lindsay Media and Broadcasting goes, we're booked up for the next couple of months pretty solid. So looking forward to it. That's kind of what we signed up for, and I don't guess we're going to have a national anthem or anything, as the Leopards will take the field here. Brody Klein will be on the bump here for the Leopards. So we are just a few seconds away from getting this one underway here. Jake Rutledge alongside, right now we got Robert Brooks and RJ Brooks up here. I thought Dotson was going to be up here beside me, but he's down there playing the meet and greet game. So,
notice it looks like we're going to have Manuel Aguero back here catching, where normally Clayton Sanders would be back there. But I think Clayton is still healing up a little bit. But for the most part, everything looks the same as it was last year, just a little bit more freshened up, a little bit more matured ball club this year. So
Yeah, and that's something we kind of talked about there, or I kind of talked to myself there as nobody was on with me on the first time we went live. This is a Leopard team that they come into this season looking to make progress on their on last season. You got a ton of experience out there as well. I mean, that's a huge plus moving forward. The more experience you can have out there, and you remember last year sometimes, Brooks, that Lindsay had a tendency to kind of ride Tucker Morris. I shouldn't say ride because there is a pitch count, but Tucker, he was your ace last year, and he didn't pitch Saturday in Dale City. He's obviously not getting the start here tonight, as Klein will be on the bump here to start things off for the Leopards. So that's good to give Morris as much rest as possible and let him play out there in the field, as he'll be at third here this afternoon. Shortstop will be Bentley Kessler. Second base will be Brody Ramming. First base, none other than big-time Bo Blankenship. Right field will be Aiden Ramage. Center field will be Mitchell Henson. Left field is Ty Ferguson. And, yeah, this one, this should be a good game. Looking forward to it. Keene, as far as they go, that's something last year you got to let that go. Lindsay came into this tournament last year, and they beat up on Keene pretty good. 17-0 was the final there. So, Keene, it could be a totally different ball club with Keene than what they had last year. I don't know what their turnover rate was. But, yeah, here we go. Set to lead things off here for the Keene Chargers will be number 5. This is Hadley Stockton. This umpire dusting off home plate there. Klein is set to deliver. And we are underway. First pitch from Klein misses just low, ball 1. So 1-0 the count, as got some scoreboard issues out there. The guys here from Valliant will get that sorted out here momentarily. Ball 2 there from Klein.
I was talking to some of the players and coaches before the game, and they said Klein is definitely one of the pitchers who's made some strong improvements through the off season, and definitely looks like he's going to have a promising season this year.
Yeah, looking forward to it, as he's falling behind here 3-0 here to start things off. And Stockton really hadn't seen anything come across that is hittable just yet. So here comes the 3-0. Right down the chute, called strike 1, as Stockton was taken all the way. So make it 3 balls, 1 strike here. Klein set to deliver the pitch. Swung on. Back right to Klein, as Klein tosses it over to Blankenship for the first out. So after falling behind 3-0, Klein battles back, able to get the soft little grounder there. Record the first out. Up next here for the Keene Chargers will be your 2-hole hitter, number 7. This is Rylan Crane. Crane settles in. The pitch from Klein. That misses well outside, ball 1. 1-0 count. Perfect day for baseball, I'm telling you. I mean, you got a little bit of a north wind here blowing out here, which is a plus for some of the big hitters there for Lindsay. That second pitch, good job of framing it there by Guerrero, able to frame it up, pull it back in, move the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Klein settles back, pitch on the way. And that'll miss just low and outside. Make it 2-1. Klein working pretty fast here, not taking any kind of time out there. That pitch misses outside as well. That'll move it to a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Here comes the 3-1. That clips the outside corner there. Good pitch from Klein. So moves it to a full count here. Here comes the payoff pitch. As that one will be just a little bit low. So Crane will trot down to first via the walk. That'll bring up 3-hole hitter, number 13, Matt Havens, for the Chargers. Brief timeout there as Crane over at first had to get rid of the elbow guard and shin guard. as that pitch, I believe, missed just inside. 1-0 the count. As Crane acted like he was going to take off from first there. And nope, didn't do it that time either. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Klein's just got to relax out there on the bump. Don't let that runner back there. There you go, throwing him back over to first. But what I was saying there, Robert, that's, Klein just needs to settle in here. Don't let that runner dictate your pace of pitching out there. As Klein set to deliver here. Here comes the 2-0. Runner goes, throw down. Not in time. Good snag out there at second by Brody Ramming.
And that's going to be some of those moments where you might miss Clayton Sanders' arm there behind home.
Yeah, we talked about that on the way down here this morning. Sanders, he's one. He's capable of throwing you out from his knees back there. I mean, the guy's got a cannon for a right arm. So,
and not to discredit Guerrero, he's a younger player and still he's got plenty of time to mature and grow. And but with Sanders being the senior there, speaking of Sanders being a senior, I believe he's signed to go to Redlands to play ball. With him being a senior and kind of a bigger guy with a little bit bigger arm, he can make it out there to second a little bit faster.
There's a pitch from Klein as that does clip the outside corner. I believe that will make it, should be a 2-1 count, I do believe. So here comes the 2-1. That misses well outside as a good grab, good snag back there by Guerrero. Keep that in front of him, not allowing that base runner to advance. So Haven settles back in. 3-1 the count. Klein checks his runner. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on, and might have been foul tip there. That'll move it to a 3-2 count. As Havens will get to see another pitch here. Klein settles in. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. First strikeout of the afternoon for Klein and the Leopards.
And that's got to be a good shot in the arm for Klein's confidence there, Jake.
Yeah, you're able to get the first out, and then you give up a walk there, and now he's sitting over at second. Yeah, that's a good job there by Klein to just battle back, get back there at that at bat, and eventually retire the batter there. As that brings up the 4-hole hitter for the Chargers. This will be number 21. This is Will Wood. As that pitch missed outside. 1-0 the count. That one clips the inside corner, called strike.
That's one of the things that I love about these early festivals is we get to see some of these guys that we know what Tucker Morris has got. We know what some of the other guys have got, and it's nice to see some of these other pitchers out there.
Little blooper over towards Ramming there at second as he'll settle under it and retire the side there. So after the walk there, Keene unable to get anybody across. Leave a runner stranded over at second. We'll go to the bottom of the first after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome, everybody, back here to Valliant, Oklahoma, as we are ready to start the bottom of the first here as the Keene Chargers were unable to get anybody across. Left a runner stranded there on second after, I believe that was Crane that drew the walk. So to lead things off here for the Leopards will be number 16. This is Bentley Kessler. Kessler, a recent signee. He's going to go play some college football once he's finished up at Lindsay. Here comes the first pitch from Rodriguez, as that is going to be inside, called ball one. A little high and inside.
It looked like it grazed the peach fuzz on his left elbow, Jake.
Kessler never flinched, did he? So Kessler settles back in, 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch, swung on. High blooper down the right side, as that will drift out of play into foul territory there. So I'll make the count 1-1 here on Kessler. Yeah, and talk about Christian Rodriguez real quick. He was one, like I said, on the way down here this morning, I was kind of snooping around and went and found some of his stats. He's got a very high batting average. Kind of a Mr. Do-It-All there for the team. He's a pitcher, can play just about any position there in the infield. As that pitch up around Kessler's chin, just turns his head away from it. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike to Kessler.
That would have hurt.
Kessler settles back in here. Here comes the 2-1 right down Broadway. High fly ball down the far right side, and that will drift out of play for strike 2. Make it 2-2 the count.
And for the record, that was over the fence. If it would have been about 10 yards to the left, we'd be excited.
Yeah. And that goes to show what kind of power Kessler has. I mean, that's opposite field power right there. So here comes the 2-2 from Rodriguez as Kessler settles back in. Pitch on the way. Swung on, high ball, hard hit ball out towards center field. Just didn't have enough under it as center fielder will settle under it for the first out of the inning. Hard hit ball, but just wasn't enough. And that will bring up your 2-hole hitter. This will be number 3, Ty Ferguson.
Can't really blame the wind on it. There's not much wind today.
Well, I mean, if there is any, it's blowing out. So, I mean, Kessler just didn't quite get enough of that one to send it up and out of here. I don't think he would have had the height to get it over that center field fence anyway. As Ferguson settles in here, watch for him to lay down a bunt. As that first pitch from Rodriguez misses outside, ball 1. Yeah, I was talking to Randy Ramming here before. Well, it was during that last ball game, and he mentioned that's kind of how the Leopards got things started Saturday against was it Christian Heritage? Is that who they played with?
Christian Heritage.
Yeah, Ferguson laid down a bunt down the third baseline and was able to beat it out. He said that kind of started the momentum there for the Leopards. As that second pitch is called strike, clips the outside corner, 1-1 the count. 1 out away here, bottom first. Rodriguez settles back in. Here comes the 1-1. As Ferguson fouls it straight back towards us. And would you know it, just as soon as I say watch for Ferguson to possibly bunt, he's up there swinging.
He's swinging.
Yep. Shows just, how much I know. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Ferg. The pitch, that misses outside, make it 2-2. Ferguson will dig back in here. 2-2 on the way. As that one actually did tip that one, and the catcher came up with it, so that'll be the second out of the inning. Foul tip for a 3rd strike. As Ferguson will take a seat. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Chargers. As now here comes the powerful 3-hole hitter number 11. This is Tucker Morris. As that pitch there clips the outside corner. So 0-1 to count here to Tucker. This kid's a lot of fun to watch, Robert. I mean, he's got power. He can obviously, when he's on the bump, he's out there dealing a lot. Does a good job pitching, and he's a very, very good third baseman. He protects that corner right there. Doesn't let a lot of balls get past him.
You know, and he's just calm and carries himself very well, too.
Yep. Well, if you ever
Don't get rattled at all.
No, that pitch misses outside. I was fixing to say, if you ever talk to his dad, I mean, he is the most calm, cool, collected, laid-back guy you'll ever run across. I promise you.
I was going to mention, if you know any of the Morrises, you'll know that's kind of the demeanor of all the Morris men. They're pretty laid-back guys.
Yep. As Tucker will settle in here, 2 balls, 1 strike to count to him. Here comes the 2-1. As that'll be inside for ball 3. Now here's where Rodriguez finds himself in a little bit of a jam here. He's going to have to throw something across the middle part of the plate that Tucker can turn on.
You don't want to be there with Tucker Morris.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was kind of getting at. So let's see if Rodriguez can fool him here. There's the pitch right down the chute. Third baseman bobbles it for the moment. Nice recovery there from the third baseman. Nice stretch over at first, able to retire Tucker Morris. So a 1-2-3 inning here for the Chargers. No score still as we get ready to go to the top of the second inning. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here as we're ready to start the top half of the second inning. Still no score between the Leopards and the Chargers as 5-hole hitter number 15. This is Christian Rodriguez, Mr. Do-It-All, here for the Chargers, set to lead things off. First pitch swinging. He fouls that one straight back.
Klein trips him up.
Yeah, that pitch was a little bit high, maybe a little bit away there, but Rodriguez, he let everybody know real quick here in attendance that he's coming up there to swing. Bat on ball. So 0-1 the count here to Rodriguez. Pitch on the way. As that'll be low and outside for ball 1. Make it a 1-1 count. The pitch. Well hit ball out towards right. And there is Ramage. Able to haul that one in there as that one was kind of, thought he might have misread that one just for a second as he was kind of running opposite from it. But
let me tell you something, Jack. Right field's not anywhere you want to go against the Leopards because Ramage is going to snag it up every time.
Kid, he can cover some ground out there in right, that's for sure. So Rodriguez is retired there. The line out to right. That'll bring up Albert Catil as that pitch does clip the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Catil settles back in. The pitch. And that one not quite as pleasing to the home plate umpire there, so he calls that one a ball. 1-1 the count. Well, something I've noticed here about Guerrero there, behind the plate. He's real quick to, as that pitch there swung on and missed, called strike 2. Guerrero's real quick to frame the pitch. And what I mean by that is if it's just a little bit outside or inside, he's got quick hands and he's pulling that catcher's glove back over into the strike zone. And Klein able to ring him up, set him down there for his second strikeout of the afternoon and the second out of the inning here. But you see what I'm saying? He's got the quick hand, and he'll frame that pitch, and where that's the last thing that umpire sees. And a lot of times, if you got a good guy back there behind the plate catching for you, if he can frame pitches for you, that's a heck of a weapon to have. As that will bring up 7-hole hitter. This is Jorge Calderon, as that pitch is called strike one. No, excuse me. I believe this is Cole Ford, who is DHing here.
That is Ford.
Yeah, he's your. So 1-1 to count. That one will miss low and away. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike. As Klein looks like he's settled in here after that top half of the first. The pitch swung on right back up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Kessler. Fields it, throw across in time for the 3rd out of the inning there. Nice play there by Kessler. Good stretch over at first by Bo. And that will retire the side. We'll go to the bottom half of the second here. Still no score. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Valliant, Oklahoma, as we are now into the bottom of the second inning. Still no score here between the Leopards and the Chargers, as Big Bo Blankenship is now up here for the Leopards. The southpaw first baseman. First pitch to Bo. That'll miss a little bit high and outside for ball 1. Up next will be Brody Ramming. Blankenship. As that one is in the dirt. That'll move the count to 2-0 to Bo. And Bo, this is, you know, we talked about it last year, just how patient he is there at the plate. I mean, it seems like he works a pitcher more than just about any other Leopard on the team. Tucker Morris does a pretty good job of working pitchers, but Bo is super patient back there, and another kid that just doesn't seem to get rattled. I mean, he gets settled in, and he's going to make you throw him his pitch, that's for sure. So 2-0 the count here to Bo. Here's the pitch. That'll miss outside. So 3-0 the count now. And this is the same situation as earlier. Rodriguez is in a bind here. You're in a 3-0 count. You've got to throw something across the middle of the plate, and unless they're just dead set on putting Bo on base. But Bo can turn on one here. As he fouls that one straight back here towards us, make it count 3-1.
And Bo is definitely another one of those guys. If you're a pitcher, you don't want to get in that situation because he's capable of knocking it over. Yeah, and he's almost always going to connect. He's one of the more consistent batters.
So 3-1, that one is swung on. Little blooper down the left field line. That might get down. It does. And just like that, Bo Blankenship able to go opposite and get him a little single there.
Jake, that's just a well-placed ball.
Yep. Just patient up there, you know, and that's he got to see plenty of pitches and finally found that one right there that he could hit. As now Brody Ramming will stride to the plate here. Nobody out, runner at first here for the Leopards. Ramming's another one. Got big bat potential. as he actually showed bunt there for a moment. That'll be called strike one. So 0-1 the count here to Brody. So Raming will settle back in. Big lead over there at first by Bo Blankenship, and you see Rodriguez fire it back to first. Give Bo something to think about. Obviously, Bo is not the type you're going to see take off. He's a starting center for the Leopards on the football team. And big first baseman as well. Throw back over to first. Once again, that one a little bit closer. As Bo call time. Able to get back up. So Rodriguez. That one is high. So that'll be 1-1 the count now to Brody Raming. Big lead over there at first. Bo retreats back over to first. Here comes the 1-1. Raming showing the bunt for the time being. Pulls back, throw down over to first. Bo able to get back safely.
They're just not cutting Bo any slack over there.
I'm telling you, they seem to be, and that's what's odd though. I mean, you know, Raming's getting his calls from third base coach Edwards down the line there. I mean, Bo over at first is not going to take off, and I wouldn't think you'd want to try to bunt him over to second. As they've thrown back over there, I believe that's the fourth time they've thrown Bo back over to first. So Bo probably just playing a little bit of a mind game here with Rodriguez out there on the bump. Try to distract him, maybe leave something over the plate for Raming to crush. Pitch. That one's going to be high. So make it 3 balls, 1 strike to Brody. And here, again, same situation. Nowhere to put him. You're going to have to throw something across the middle of the plate here for Brody, something that he can tee off on. Here comes the 3-1. That will miss high for ball 4. So Brody will trot down to first via the walk. That'll bring up number 9, right fielder, Aiden Ramage. So Ramage will settle in. Runners at first and second here for the Leopards. Rodriguez set to deal. Big lead over at second by Blankenship. There's a throw that's going to get behind the catcher. Blankenship will advance to third, Raming over to second. Now the Leopards are threatening here. Runners at second and third. Ramage at the plate. Want to know the count to Ramage as he settles in here. He's rocking the leather work gloves rather than the traditional, Nike or Adidas or something like that.
Show of character.
Bat and gloves.
Show of character, Jake.
Well, we've seen that, from a handful of the guys last year, and then it even kind of bled over into some of the softball girls last year as well. So
Lily Dotson wears them.
Yeah, Lily was one. I believe she might have been the only softball player that wore one. But you see, Clayton Sanders usually has them for the guys here. Obviously, Ramage is rocking a pair today. So Rodriguez set to deal in a jam here, 3-0. That one is going to miss low and outside for ball 4. So that will load the bases here for the dangerous number 22, Clayton Sanders,
and
as he's DHing today.
If you are Keene's, I think that coach is making a good decision to go out there and talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, I don't think there's necessarily going to be a pitching change here, Robert, but he's definitely going to talk to Rodriguez and try to get on the same page and calm him down just a little bit, because right here with a well-hit ball, you could score 2, or a really well-hit ball, you could score 4. So Clayton Sanders definitely has the power there from the batter's box.
And no outs.
Yeah, no outs. Yeah, Leopards are threatening here.
And Sanders could knock that ball over at any minute. So RJ, be prepared to hit that instant replay button.
So Sanders will settle in here. Bases loaded here for the Leopards. No outs. Bottom of the second inning. As that is a high ball over into right. Right fielder couldn't come up with it.
Unable to get it.
So the runners will advance here. And Bo Blankenship will score. As the runners were kind of caught there, they were thinking, hey, we're going to have to retreat here. You got to tag up. But right fielder couldn't settle under it. But the Leopards do get one across in Bo Blankenship. So now Leopards lead 1-0 here. Bottom of the second inning.
Mitchell Henson now
As
up.
Mitch Henson comes to the plate here for the Leopards. A lot of speed right now in the batter's box here for the Leopards. You'd love to see Mitchell get on base somehow. You got Ramming over at third. Ramage at second. Sanders at first. Who didn't wear the he didn't have the leather gloves on that time. He went traditional batting gloves. So.
Jake, I was actually fixing to comment on that. I'm a little disappointed in that young man. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him.
I'm sure Clayton will have a good answer for you. He'll tell you something, I guarantee you. So that pitch there was swung on and missed. So 1-1 to count here to Henson. Rodriguez with the 1-1 right down Broadway, called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Henson. Yeah, you'd love to see Henson get on base here. All kinds of speed out of that young man. There's the 1-2. Ooh.
If he took off right now, he might be able to beat Brody Ramming to home.
Called strike 3.
Over there on third.
As Henson will have to take a seat. That's the first out of the inning here for the Keene Chargers. And that'll bring up Klein here. Base is still jammed here for the Leopards. Klein settles in. Rodriguez delivers. Clips the inside corner, called strike 1. So Brody settles back in. 0-1 the count. Pitch. Jammed him just a little bit there. See if Rodriguez can settle under it. Might have lost that one there in the sun. Leopards are fortunate. That one just harmlessly falls into foul territory. So we'll reset. Klein will get to see another pitch.
And you notice there Rodriguez lost his cap, which would have shaded the sun. Yep. So,
yeah, no doubt. So Klein settles in. There's the pitch that misses high and away. So make it a 1-1 count. Excuse me, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez with the delivery. And that'll miss outside, low and away. Make it 2-2. One nothing. Leopards lead here. Rodriguez set to deal. Fouled back here towards us. 2-2 the count to Klein.
battle of the pitchers.
Yeah. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on. Out towards center field. That is, oh, actually, that was a little bit more shallow than what I thought. I apologize. I thought that was going to get out towards center a little bit further. Little bloop single there by Klein, able to score another run as Ramming will come across. Make it 2-0. Yeah, I lost it here in the window. I apologize. But yeah, you mentioned battle of the pitchers there. I know, for me personally, back in the day, that was always kind of a thing for me. Like, you definitely wanted to set the opposing pitcher down, whether via the strikeout or getting him out on the base path somehow. But that's I'm fairly certain that's still a thing. That opposing pitcher, you don't ever want him to outwork you there at the plate. That's for sure.
You were just asking about our boy Ponce. Well,
he'll come in now to pinch run for Klein. Run for Klein.
Do what he does best. He's gonna run a little bit.
He's gonna run. Yep. As he's gonna. He actually signed with Southern Nazarene. He's gonna go run cross country for SNU here next year. So that one is swung on. Hard hit ball over towards short. Got an opportunity to turn two here. Couldn't get it done as Kessler beats it out down the first baseline, but the Chargers do get the runner over at second in Ponce. Nothing Daniel could do there, just had to try to beat that one out. But it does move the scoreboard to 3-0. Leopards on top here, bottom of the second inning. As that'll bring up the lefty Ty Ferguson. Runners on the corners here for the Leopards. Swung on, and that will drift over and out of play. As you got Sanders down at third and Kessler over at first for the Leopards. Ferguson settles back in. 0-1 the count to him. Rodriguez with the pitch. Kessler takes off as he throws that one away from the pitcher. Sanders just don't quite have the horses. No chance, or no reason to take a chance there. And that wasn't necessarily a throw down to second. That's a play you don't want to make there with a runner at third. But so now runners at second and third here for the Leopards. Ferguson digs in. The pitch, that misses well outside. One the count to Ferg. Rodriguez with the delivery. And that'll miss outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Ferguson. Well hit ball here. Should score 2. Pitch. Hard hit ball down the right field line. Right fielder's retreating. He's going to have a hard time getting to it. That is going to get up and out of here. 2-run shot by Ty Ferguson. His first of the season. Big time shot there by Ty.
Jake, you knew as soon as that ball connected with the bat, the sound, you knew it was going over.
Yeah, that was right in Ty's wheelhouse right there. A little bit high, a little bit inside. He's able to turn on it, get them hips into it, and just swing away, partner. Swing away. Touch them all, young man. 3-run shot there by Ty Ferguson makes it 6-0 Leopards here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's, I want to say Ferguson had a couple of homers last year. It's something you really don't see a lot out of Ty is the deep ball, but hey, you'll take it when it comes. You know what I mean? Usually Ty, he's going to put the ball in play. A lot of times he's going to do it via the bunt, but right there, big bat there by Ty Ferguson, 3-run shot. As Tucker Morris settles in, that first pitch to him is a little bit inside, called ball 1.
Are we going to see 2 in a row? That's the question.
Well, it's a possibility here again with Morris at the plate. You just got to wonder how rattled Rodriguez is now. If he can settle in here and battle back. Still a ton of ball to play here, but Leopards have opened it up here in this bottom of the second. Two and 0 the count as that one skips in there for ball 3. That's, again, a situation here. You do have an open place there at first to put Tucker, but see if Rodriguez throws something across the middle of the plate here.
That home run is still fresh in that pitcher's mind.
You bet.
Plus, you've got Tucker Morris up at the bat. He's got to be a little nervous.
Yeah. Here comes the 3-0. As that'll miss outside, so Tucker will trot down to first via the walk.
And honestly, Jake, that's probably the smartest thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to give up the solo shot there and make it a 7-run ball game, but yeah, us, we would like to see, and the viewers out there, I'm sure they'd like to see Tucker swinging, but didn't really have anything there to swing at, so that'll bring up Bo Blankenship here. Morris resides over at first. Big jump by Morris as a little slow roller down the third baseline. Third baseman gathers it up. Long throw across the diamond. Nice play there by third and first to get the third and final out of the inning. But the damage has been done, ladies and gentlemen. Leopards open up there 6-0. Had them a 3-0 lead. Then Ty Ferguson goes deep to right field with a 3-run shot. Makes it 6-0. We'll get ready to start the top half of the third after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Valliant, Oklahoma, getting ready to start the top half of the third inning here. Leopards with a big bottom of the second inning there. Got 3 across, and then Ty Ferguson steps up, goes deep down the right field line, makes it a 6-0 ball game. And now Klein back out on the bump with a 6-run lead here. Got to feel a lot better. Not that he, I shouldn't say felt bad, but, you go out and you're pitching with a 6-run lead, you definitely – you're a lot more relaxed out there on the hill, that's for sure. As Saul Lopez, the 8-hole hitter, number 3 here for the Chargers, digs in.
And Klein's had some success over the last couple of innings, too, so that's a confidence booster.
No doubt.
And, there's less pressure because the Leopards are up by 6, so.
Well, but reset things here. Klein finds himself in a 3-0 hole. Let's see if Klein can battle back. Not sure what the umpires are saying, or what the home plate umpire's saying there. Oh, he's asking for more baseballs. So appreciate the advice there. Got some Valliant guys up here in the press box with us. As that pitch there from Klein misses low and away. So Lopez will lead things off here for the Chargers via the walk. You got to wonder, Lopez being, well, he's a little bitty guy, isn't he? I mean, of course, he is standing next to Bo Blankenship over there first, Bo's a big guy. But Lopez probably a threat to steal here. Got him a big jump there at first. Didn't take off. That brings up 9-hole hitter number 6. This is Tyler Brock here for the Chargers. That one in the dirt. 2-0 the count to Brock. Throw over to first. Good dig there by Bo. Able to keep that in front of him. With a little bit of assist there from Lopez. Bounces off his backside, I believe. Klein. Right down Broadway. Good pitch there by Brody. Make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count here. Nobody out here. Top half of the third inning. That pitch. Strike 2. Make it a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2. And that'll miss low and inside for ball 3. So we'll see a payoff pitch coming up. Here comes the 3-2. Lopez, big jump over at first, goes nowhere, ring him up, set him down. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Brody Klein. 1 out away here. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Brody was in a 3-0 hole right there and able to battle back, set him down via the strikeout. So good job there by Klein.
Yeah, not phased at all. Just keeps his composure and keeps rocking right along.
I apologize. It was a 2-2 is what he was into there. As that pitch gets behind Guerrero, and don't want to chance anything there. Just a little speedster Lopez able to trot down to second safely.
And you got to hand it to Guerrero there, and
yeah,
just being being smart enough not to throw.
Right.
Try to make the throw down over there, and
yeah, no need to try to be a hero.
not getting in a hurry.
Throw him out there because A, it was a long throw, and B, you got Lopez on the bases there. I mean, a little bit of speed to him, and he got in over there standing up. Because this will reset the lineup here. This will bring up leadoff hitter. This is Hadley Stockton now at the plate for the Chargers. Good job there by Guerrero framing that pitch. Did you see that? That was outside. He just pulls it back in. Good job there by Guerrero. That's when your catcher is being your friend like that, you got to appreciate that if you're Brody Klein.
Yeah, I was going to say Brody might want to buy his lunch one day next week.
Yep. Because that's not the first time that the Guerrero's, framed him a pitch, framed it up there for him. So here comes the 3-1. That one will miss outside, so Stockton will trot down to first via the walk. So 2 walks here in the inning for Klein.
That one was just a little bit too far out. He couldn't patch that one up.
And Edwards here is going to want to talk to Brody. I don't think, it's not going to be a pitch and change. I think he's just going to talk with Klein to calm him down a little bit here. Or they might be talking about where they're having dinner this evening. Who knows?
Knowing Coach Edwards, I bet it's not the latter of the two.
It's strictly business right there right now for Dan Edwards. So, and that's a good spot there to come out of the dugout if you're Edwards and your pitcher. You're here in the top of the third. Obviously, this is the first mound visit by Coach Edwards. You got a 6-0 cushion. Just go out, get with Brody and see, is something bothering you? Is the arm getting tired already, or you just missing your spots? And you see him and Brody they talked about it there. And Brody's going to stay in the ball game here. As that'll bring up 2-hole hitter number 7. This will be Rylan Crane. Runners at first and second here for the Chargers. Top half of the third inning. Klein with the pitch. Right down the chute, called strike 1. Good pitch there. The pitch in the dirt, make it a 1-1 count. Klein with the delivery. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Good pitch there by Brody. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 4 on the afternoon for Brody Klein.
And Jake, I don't know what Coach Edwards said out there, but he needs to write that down in his little notebook and hang on to it and keep it because it worked.
That pitch is swung on. Big cut there. A 3-hole hitter. This is Matt Havens.
He put the fear of God into that boy.
Yeah, like I said, that was a good spot right there. If that one is spooled back out of play here. Make it 0-2 here to Havens. Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at, though. Edwards, that was a good spot there. You got the 6-0 cushion. You were, Brody was kind of in a jam, and just go out there, give him a little pep talk. Hey, calm down, dude. You're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Just do your thing. Let's try to go with a little change up there. Misses high and inside. So make it 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Havens. 2 outs away. Top half of the 3rd inning. Leopards lead 6-0. Here comes the 1-2. Looked like he might have tried to go with a curve there. Missed high and inside. Make it 2-2. Swung on and missed. Ring him up. Set him down. Strikeout number 5 on the afternoon for Brody Klein. As we will go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Leopards lead 6-0. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here, Valliant, Oklahoma, as your hometown Leopards have a 6-0 lead here, as Brody Klein due up first here for the Leopards. Rodriguez still in the ball game for the Chargers, as he's set to deal. Pitch misses outside. No, did he call that a strike?
He did call it a strike. It looked out. I'm sitting right here behind home plate, and it looked out to me, but he's a lot closer than I am.
That one misses high and inside. Little chin music there to Brody. 1-1 to count here.
That's definitely close enough you can smell the leather.
Here's the 1-1. Fouled straight back over the top of us and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Ramey. Talking with some of the Valliant guys up here that are hanging out in the press box with us, and they're up next as they will host the Midwest City Bombers.
They're up here telling us they're going to put a hurting on the Bombers.
Well, more or less, that's kind of what they said. And, hey, you gotta appreciate that, though. I mean, they're speaking with confidence. You gotta like that. So.
If you've got money out in Vegas, put it on Valliant because these boys are confident.
Yeah, and that's that's what you want, though. I mean, you don't want to go into a game, any kind of game. I don't care if it's baseball, softball, basketball, whatever. Football. You want to go in with that mindset, that mentality. Hey, we're gonna knock you off. That's a pretty good jog down, from Midwest City, probably a 4-hour drive, 4.5-hour drive or so.
Just to get beat.
Yeah. As Ramming will go down on strikes. And that'll bring up Ramage now. 1 out away here. Leopards still lead 6-0.
We're going to have to talk to Coach Edwards about putting them boys back to back. It's confusing. Ramming, then Ramage.
Yeah. Oh, it'll happen this year. I'll call Aiden. I'll call him Aiden Ramming or something at some point. I guarantee you. It'll happen. It's just like in basketball. You know, we had on the boys team we had Jaden Watts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, softball we have Jaden Webb.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a handful of times during basketball season I called Jaden Watts Jaden Webb. So shout out to Jaden Watts and Jaden Webb if you're watching back home there. I'd be willing to bet Jaden Watts is on the basketball court somewhere. I would put money on that. As that pitch misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike to count here to Ramage. 1 out away. So here comes the 2-1. Fouled away. Make it 2-2. Ramage will settle back in. 2-2 on the way. Swung on, fouled straight back at us. Good job by Ramage there at the plate, just trying to stay alive. Fight to see your pitch. That's what started the snowball there in the bottom half of the second inning for the Leopards was Bo Blankenship. Just stayed patient there at the plate, able to find his pitch, hit the little blooper over into left field there. That's what started that 6-run inning for the Leopards. As that one swung on, high fly ball out towards center field. Should be routine. Center fielder settles under it. 2 outs away here. That'll bring up the dangerous Clayton Sanders. As Robert talked about earlier, not behind the plate here this afternoon. Playing the DH role here.
And he's not wearing the golden gloves either.
No, again, he's rolling with the traditional batting gloves.
He must have got a raise at work or something.
Here's the pitch. That misses outside for ball 1. And that, I'll ask you guys, like I said, got a couple of Valliant guys up here, baseball players in the press box with us. Anybody on y'all's team, do you wear the leather work gloves, or is that? There's a few of y'all? Okay. What's the hard hit ball out towards center field? Center fielder settles under it for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll keep it here for just a second. What is it about the leather, the work gloves? Is it just a softer feel on the bat, or a little softer, a little bit thicker? Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you. So that's a little bit of
Cushions all that extra power y'all got, don't it?
a little bit of input there from some Valliant players up here with us, but Leopards unable to get anything across the board there, and we'll take us a quick break as we'll get set here to start probably going to go bottom of the 4th. We have lost track of the innings here, but top of the 4th, I apologize. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, as we're set to start the top half of the fourth inning here. Leopards still lead 6-0, as there's been some shift here by the Leopards. Ramage will go to second. Morris will go to short. Ramming will be at third, and Daniel Ponce will now come into the ball game, and he will reside out in right field. Talk about another one in right field that can cover some ground. That's Daniel Ponce. So that first pitch there is called ball one. Second pitch, a little bit low for ball two.
And, Jake, I would say we're definitely good over there in right field no matter what happens with Ramage and with Ponce.
That pitch there called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count here to Will Wood. Yeah, no doubt about it. Your two right fielders, whether it's Register or Ponce.
Ramage.
Golly,
you're going back to basketball again, Jake.
I told you I'd do it. We got a Ramming, we got a Register, and a Ramage. So it gets a little bit silly.
But might as well go ahead and give a shout out to Andon Register.
Yeah, shout out to Andon. As Wood will draw the walk there to lead things off here. Back-to-back innings that Klein has given up the leadoff walk. That'll bring up 5-hole hitter number 15. This will be Christian Rodriguez. So, again, here we go with the pitcher-on-pitcher duel. It's the pitch.
Klein has won every time so far on both sides of the
Rodriguez
mound.
Comes in here this at-bat, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Good pitch there. Clips the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 the count. Leopards lead 6-0. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time as Wood slides in safely. That'll miss outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to count here to Rodriguez. There's the 3-1. Swung on. And that'll get through the hole there, past the outstretched arm of Bo Blankenship. And that'll score Wood all the way from second. Ball gets behind Guerrero. So that'll advance Rodriguez, advance Rodriguez over to second. 6-1 now. That'll bring up number 30, 6-hole hitter Albert Catil. Klein with the pitch. That'll be low and in the dirt for ball one. The 1-0. Swung on, spooled down the right field line, out of play. The 1-1 from Klein. Ooh, just missed that outside corner. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here. Top half of the fourth inning. As the Chargers were able to get 1 across. And that one wasn't trying to swing there, but couldn't stop himself. So that'll make it a 2-2 count. See if Klein can battle back here and set him down. Right back up the middle at him. Klein unable to get a glove on it. Morris from short, able to retire him over at first. Runner does advance, and Rodriguez over to third. 1 out away here.
An impressive play there by Morris, able just to scoop that up and get it over there to first. Looked like runner was going to make it, but Morris just wasn't having it. He said, not today.
Yeah, he's definitely got the arm strength to to get it over there, and where you thought it might be a close play, Morris has got the arm power to get it over and make it not so close.
I'm surprised at how fast he is, though. He's a taller kid,
Right.
and I never really seen him run much because he's usually pitching. But and honestly, I think this may be the first time I've seen him play short. But
Yeah,
he's pretty quick.
Yeah, Edwards likes to keep him there on that left side of the field. That's for sure. If he's not out there on the rubber, and that one right back up the middle there to Klein, and he's gonna have a little pickle here as Guerrero able to get the runner in a little bit of a jam here at third for the second out.
Yeah, I'm going to take back what I said about that boy's arm at the beginning of the game. That was pretty impressive, Jay.
Yeah, able to get it over there and nearly had a play there at second. So that should be, I believe that'll be a fielder's choice as Katil now resides over at second. Leopards did get the lead runner, though, for the second out of the inning. Chargers still threatening with a runner over at second now. As that brings up 7-hole hitter number 8. This is excuse me, let me jump down here. It's going to actually be the 8-hole hitter. This will be Saul Lopez. Ford resides at second for the Chargers. Swung on and missed there. So Lopez will go down via the strikeout. 6th strikeout of the night here for Brody Klein. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Leopards lead 6-1 here. If they can get a couple across, make it a 9. I believe it's 8 after 4. So let's see if the Leopards could possibly get them a run roll here. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Here, Valliant, Oklahoma, getting ready to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. Leopards lead 6-1. Mitchell Henson now at the plate for the Leopards. That first pitch there from Rodriguez called ball 1. So Henson will settle back in here. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Rodriguez. That'll miss just high. 2-0 the count. The 2-0. Make it 3-0. Nice if the Leopards could get Henson on the base pass here. Kid's got a ton of speed. Here comes the 3-0. Henson pulls back. So Henson will trot down to first. He'll stay there at first. Took off like he might try for 2, but No need to chance anything there. You got a nice cushion. 6-1 lead here. Nobody out, obviously. Henson draws the leadoff walk. That'll bring up the pitcher, Brody Klein. Might see a bunt here from Klein. Got speed on the base pass and Henson. Henson takes off. Hard hit ball. Left fielder not going to get to it. I said hard hit ball. A little blooper out towards left. Lost it here out the press box windows. So Klein, good, nice little piece of hitting there. That'll advance Henson over to second. As Klein comes up with the single. Back to the top of the lineup here for the Leopards, Bentley Kessler. As we'll have a pinch runner here. That will be the previously mentioned Andon Register now entering the ball game here for the Leopards. He's one of the few Leopards on the baseball team. Just wrapped up his basketball season at the state tournament just this past Thursday. Leopards with a first-round exit as they were knocked off by the defending state champs, the Millwood Falcons. Millwood did go on to win another state championship. They're 17th overall in basketball. Nobody in the state of Oklahoma has more basketball state championships than the Millwood Falcons do. So quite the basketball program there in Oklahoma City. We'll throw back over to second. Gets Henson to retreat. So Millwood played for a state championship in football. They lost to a really good Washington Warriors football team, and then obviously got their basketball program into the state championship, which they went on to win. As that little slow roller down the third baseline, going to be a tough play. Couldn't get it barehanded. So that will load the bases up here for the Leopards in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
And that's going to bring the dangerous Ty Ferguson.
Yeah, Ty's swinging a hot bat here in this one. That's for sure. He's got the 3-run shot via the long ball. So Rodriguez still in the ball game here for the pitcher or for the Chargers. So Ferguson will settle in. Nowhere to put him. Here's the pitch. That'll be just a bit inside for ball one. Catcher's got to be careful here. Can't let anything get behind him. Henson down the base path down there at third. Anything behind the catcher should score Henson. The 1-0. Hard hit ball right up the middle. The 6-4 not in time as Ferguson's able to beat it out down the first base path. That does score a run, so Ferguson responsible for 4 of the RBIs here tonight. He's got 4 of the 7 runs. A pretty good little afternoon here for Ty Ferguson.
Real good afternoon.
You'll take it, absolutely. So 1 out away. That'll bring up Tucker Morris as Ferguson
Add a stolen base to that stat, too.
will take over second base now. You got Andon registered down at third. Ty Ferguson now at second. Tucker Morris at the dish for the Leopards. Leopards lead 7-1, just 1 out away here, bottom 4. There's the pitch. That'll miss outside. Tried to frame it up there. Home plate umpire wasn't having it. Make it 2-0.
And Jake, I know we don't do players of the game, but I'd say at this point, if it were up to me, I'd say it's a tie. I'm going to give it to Brody Ramming, and I'm going to give it to Ty Ferguson.
That pitch swung on and missed from Morris.
Who you got?
I mean, like you said, right now you gotta really key in on Ty Ferguson, just what he's done. You know, I mean, he what is he, 2 for 3 tonight with a 3-run homer, plus another RBI. Like I said, he's responsible for 4 of the 7 runs here. So tip your cap to Ty Ferguson, and still
and my other one, Brody Klein.
Brody Klein. Yeah.
He's
Yeah, you said ramming the first time.
Did I say ramming? Yeah. My bad. I was actually looking at Brody ramming over here.
Right.
But no, Brody Klein.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a tie between Brody Klein and Ty Ferguson.
Yeah, Klein. He's done a good job pitching out there, just giving up the one run here so far. So Morris settles back in. Runners at second and third for the Leopards. Leopards lead 7-1. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on down the third baseline. Good backhand there. Long throw over to first. Little off target, as that'll score another run. Morris will advance to second, as Ramage and Ferguson will score. That'll make it a 9-1 ball game here. So there's your 8 after 4.
Jake, I'm not sure if you were watching Ty Ferguson there, but you got to give him more credit. He held up not to distract the third baseman there just long enough so that he didn't get in the third baseman's field of view, and to cause him to go ahead and throw the ball instead of.
Yeah, in that situation, if you're Ty, you don't want to run up on that third baseman because, I mean, if he does field that clean, all he's essentially got to do is just turn around and tag you. Hard hit ball out towards center field there by Bo Blankenship, as Bo is now 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Good piece of hitting there by Big Bo. So that'll put runners on the corners here for Brody ramming. Leopards lead 9-1. Still just one out here in the bottom half of the fourth.
Now we can brag on ramming.
Yeah. So ramming settles in here. Big opportunity for the junior. There's the pitch. Swung on. Little blooper over towards shallow right. Second baseman can't get underneath it, as the runner will score from third in Morris, and Blankenship will now reside at second. Just a tough play out there. Shallow right field there for that second baseman. Sun might have been a bit of an issue there, but if you're Keene, you got to have that out right there. Unable to do so, it makes it a 10-1 ball game, and I'm surprised to still see Rodriguez in this ball game.
Jake, I'm looking at the way these shadows are falling on the ground, and I'm not sure the sun was an issue there.
As Ramage strides to the plate here. Runners at first and second. That pitch will miss outside. 1-0 the count to Ramage. Still just one out away here. Leopards have got 4 across. Lead 10-1 now. Rodriguez, the 1-0. Runners will advance. Now over to second and third. Rodriguez set to deliver the 2-0. That misses well outside for ball 3. And I don't know, like we were talking up here while you were out of the press box talking with some of the Valliant guys here with us. Don't really know a lot about Keene. You know, I don't know if they got him another pitcher out there or they're just content on riding Rodriguez as long as they can in this one. You know, save arms for tomorrow. Again, they're going to play tomorrow and Wednesday. So as that pitch misses well outside, that'll be ball 4. So that'll load the bases here for Clayton Sanders, who's due up next.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Jake, but I was over there talking with our coaches before the game, and it doesn't. When you look in the dugout, they don't have a whole lot of kids to choose from.
Yeah.
So don't know if maybe it's a situation where they just don't have enough kids or.
Well, and one of the guys from Valliant up here, he mentioned that he was pretty sure that Keene's baseball season bleeds into the month of June. So you're talking, and now don't get me wrong, I don't know how long, you know, Texas schools go to school throughout the school year, but he put it into pretty good terms, you know, where baseball here in Oklahoma it's a sprint. You know, you're getting in 35 games in about a two and a half month window, where I guess in the state of Texas they're going to play 35 to 40 games in more of like a 3.5 month window. So
yeah, and we also don't know if they've got kids still out playing basketball either.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, very possible. Basketball could still be going on down there in Texas. So, but again, Rodriguez is going to stay on the bump here for the Chargers. As the Leopards lead 10-1 here, bases are juiced for the dangerous Clayton Sanders. Sanders settles in. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hard hit ball over to second as Ramage is unable to get out of the way of that one, so he'll be called out. That'll be the second out of the inning. And they may very well be fixing to call this one a balk. No. Yeah, they're going to retreat the runners. No, we're not. What are we doing? As the two umpires are going to get together here and discuss this. Ramage was unable to avoid the ground ball there at second. It did go off his foot, so he was called out. Leopards lead. That made it an 11-1 ball game, and they're actually going to call a ball game here. So the Leopards are going to get it done here against the Keene, Texas Chargers.
And we're going to have Ty Ferguson and Brody Klein come up. We'll get a couple interviews here in a minute, Jake.
Yeah, we'll do a couple interviews with those guys. It's Ty Ferguson, MVP of the ball game, alongside Brody Klein as he pitched a well of a ball game, just giving up the one run. Leopards able to get it done here. First game of this Broken Bow tournament. They knock off the Keene Chargers by a score of 11-1. Again, stay tuned. We're going to have Ty Ferguson and Brody Klein up here. We'll talk to them, just see, get a feel for just how things went out there. Pretty smooth from this point of view, but stay tuned. We'll have those two guys up here with us in the press box here momentarily. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Able to get the job done here on this this Monday afternoon, first day of spring break. You come into this one and knock Keene off again like you did last year. Brody, I'll start with you, man. Pitched a pretty good ball game out there. Gave up a couple of walks, but you did a good job. And this is something that me and Brooks talked about. How you battled back. There was a couple of situations where you found yourself, you were in that 3-0 jam, able to battle back, set a couple of guys down via the strikeout. I believe you ended up with 5 strikeouts on the night. So just talk about what it was like getting out there. Is it the first time for you pitching this season, correct? Or
first one, first varsity pitching ever.
Okay, so talk a little bit about that and just how you settled in and kind of got things rolling.
Oh man, I was nervous, but me and Coach Edwards and Chad Price, we've been working in the off season, so I was pretty comfortable with what I got this year. So.
Yeah, and like I said, just giving up the 1 run, no harm in that, especially when you got the offense that you guys put out there today. Leopards end up scoring 11 runs. What exactly did Coach Edwards say to you? I believe it was it might have been a 6-1 ball game at that point in time. You'd kind of worked yourself into a jam. Edwards comes out of the dugout, first mound visit of the afternoon. What exactly did Coach Edwards, what did he say to you there to calm you down? Because after Edwards went back to the dugout, you set 2 down via the strikeout.
Find that rhythm. Find what makes it feel better. Find that little jam in the process and just figure it out and just do whatever you need to.
There you go. Well, yeah, hey, great game out there on the bump, man. Just giving up the 1 run. You gotta appreciate that. Ty, we'll go to you now. Southpaw, you come in. You ended up, I believe, you're responsible for 4 of the 11 RBIs. Big bottom half of the second inning there with the 3-run shot. Bo Blankenship kind of got that inning started off. He was patient there at the plate, able to get the little bloop single over towards left field there, and then you come along, with runners on. You go deep down the right field line there, 3-run shot. Talk a little bit about that, man. How were you seeing the ball up there today?
The first time I struck out,
right.
curveball, and I wanted to get up there and redeem myself, and I believe it was 3-1 count, and. I heard Coach Lowry, make it perfect. So I was like, all right, and it was perfect. So I took a shot.
There you go, man. Nothing wrong with that. And that's something that we talked about, too. You work that pitcher, you work his count into a 3-1 situation or even a 3-0 situation. He's got to throw you your pitch. He's got to throw you something that you can hit, especially in that situation where you did take him deep there. There really wasn't anywhere he could have put you, and you were able to make a nice turn on it. And it, like Robert said, as soon as that thing came off the bat, man, we knew. I watched the right fielder. He started retreating pretty good, and I thought, man, he ain't catching up with that one. And sure enough, it sails on out of here. So, guys, great start to this Broken Bow tournament. Couple of MVPs, man. This is we talked about it before we went off air. You 2 guys were the tail of the tape here this afternoon, just giving up the 1 run, out there on the bump, and then you coming in being responsible for 4 of the 11 RBIs, able to get the job done, guys. Congrats, man.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to tomorrow as you guys will play over in Idabel, and I believe you'll play Eufaula. So. Yeah. You know anything about Eufaula just yet, or is that something you guys will kind of get together tonight and talk about?
Coach Lowry said they got one good guy, but I'm pretty sure he pitched today. So
so you might see something a little bit less tomorrow. So
yeah.
Well, hey, we will have just like today, every pitch for you. We'll have it in Idabel starting tomorrow afternoon. That's another late game, like a 4:00 game, 4:30 game, something like that.
Yeah.
But as you guys know, playing the game of baseball, you're never on schedule. Never on schedule. So whenever we do go live, everybody join in and watch, and hopefully tomorrow you guys can go out and do a little bit of the same thing. So again, congrats on the 11-1 win today, and go rest up, get some grub, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow in Idabel.
Appreciate it.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.